Welcome back. This is Michael Williams, and we're going to be looking at a fifth reason or source for our shyness. And this fifth one is very, very much related to the last one that we looked at. But this fifth one has to do with a lack of preparation. And the first one we talk about a lack of knowledge, which certainly has to do with preparing. When we prepare for an interview or we prepare for a presentation, one of the things that we do is we get as much knowledge and information. But the way I'm going to differentiate that type of preparation from what I'm going to talk about now is by saying this. When I'm talking about preparing, I'm talking about actually practicing, actually rehearsing, okay? So the first one is getting the information. This one, when we talk about lack of preparation, we're talking about actually practicing and rehearsing. Now, in some cases, you may be so knowledgeable and you may have done it so many times that you don't necessarily have to practice, right? You may be so good that you don't have to practice. But for most of us, if we want to be really good, at some point we have to practice, right? So practicing, lack of preparation, that is because we haven't practiced. So if you have an interview, practice going through an interview. If you have a presentation, practice that presentation. If you're going on a date, practice what you're going to say. I says, I don't have to practice on a date. Well, I mean, once you get smooth enough, you may not have to do that. But maybe initially, okay, as you first begin dating, you may have to practice your conversational skills, okay? So what's important here is that in the preparation phase, we talk about physically going through the motion and practicing, rather it's in sports, it's speaking, social, professional, it's an interview, it's giving a paper, or it's in class, and you have to give practice. Because if you don't practice, you're going to know it, and you're going to be more shy. You're not going to have this sense of self-confidence that you need to perform well in that situation. And then the more poor performances we have, right, this begins to build on itself, then the more shy we become in those situations. So if you've been in a situation where, you know, you didn't interact well in a social situation, then that just builds, those experiences build on top of each other. And now you have this belief or this attitude that you don't do well in social situations. Make sense? So what we want to do is we want to limit, we are going to have some past poor performances. That's normal. In fact, we learn from those, but we want to diminish those and limit those and learn from them by getting the knowledge we need and by preparing. All right, this is Michael Williams, and I'll see you in our next video where we talk about, I believe it's the sixth source, the sixth reason why we're shy. I'll see you there.